Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for mid-April 2023. We are just going to see what is going on for you in the middle of the month here. You have this networker card. It says networking can help you help your money grow. It says marketer, public relations, brand manager. You're trying to do too much. Typical Pisces. You need support. It's okay to trust help. Yes, Pisces. I feel like you need to ask for help. There's a lot of benefits to co-creation this year. As I always say, people always leave me comments. They're like, I hate working with other people and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, trust me, I get it. Like, as someone who's tried to do everything on his own forever, it doesn't work. So, I would say learn how to enjoy it, and your life will become much more successful, much faster than just trying to be and do everything that you possibly can on your own. So, whatever you're doing, especially if you have a business, a career, looks like there could be like a person at least coming in for you, like in work or business with that Two of Cups. Does not have to be love. It could be someone who's very helpful, someone who can really kind of benefit you greatly. And I kind of feel like with this Emperor here, it's interesting. I put this Emperor down, and I feel like it's someone who really balances your energy, so especially for those of you that are like working on projects in businesses, if you need if you need help, I feel like you don't realize how helpful, a person would be here with the Emperor, and it could be like, I feel like it could be a person that you're meeting. I do also feel, obviously, there could be love coming in for you. I feel like you've been single with the Nine of Pentacles, but there could be like a divine counterpart coming in for you. And again, we're gonna have to kind of like see where this goes, Pisces. But also, sorry, let me I forgot to get a clarifying deck here, so let me just bust that out. But you start off with the Two of Cups here. Again, could be a perfect match coming in for you. I do feel like there could be love coming in for you if you want it. Going down to the Death card, to the Emperor. Could be a Scorpio and an Aries, or an Aries, I should say, or it could be a Scorpio with Aries, a lot of Aries in their chart, and Aries with a lot of Scorpio on the chart, whatever. Take it how it resonates. But I feel like you've had both of those signs in your readings quite a bit over the past, few months at least. So, this looks like a perfect match to me. I kind of feel like this would represent good communication as well. So I do feel like it's a person who wants to communicate, or there is kind of like good communication coming in for you. You have the Queen of Cups as well. I kind of just feel like this is how you are entering into the second half of the month. Those are literally the words that I'm getting on this card, which is a good thing. Like, much more heart-based is how I feel for you, like the middle of this month. And I'm putting this out on the, I don't know, I need glasses, Pisces. Like, let's admit it, but I can't see what today is. Although I'm wearing a watch, it's the 7th, so I'm putting this out on the 8th. What a dummy, right? But what I would say is I feel like literally by the time we get to the 15th, literally the middle of the month, that you will kind of notice this more kind of like heart-based approach. It's like you're kind of building up to it. So maybe you're starting to notice this now. Even, it could be like little things that you're doing, the decisions you're making. Maybe you're making these decisions where you more stick up for yourself, or where you do things that you want to do. I also feel this more carefree energy for you as well. It's like I feel like you're not really allowing other people to influence you for the rest of the month as well. But this is like a long-term lesson. I'm hearing 12 years. That's the number that's popping into my head. Maybe you've had a lot of, again, I think this is very Piscean, number one, where, I think Pisces gets talked into things a lot, and it could be big things or little things, doesn't really matter, where it's like people can kind of sway our opinion, right? But I feel like your opinion now is more heart-based, but it's not even that. It's like you're just picking your own opinion, right? On whatever it is that you're doing. You have the Five of Wands here. Five of Wands is like conflict and competition. I really feel like you need to kind of go for something here, Pisces, going this way. It's almost like, I know I said this to you in your April reading, I'm pretty sure, in the monthly reading. It's almost as if you're doing something in your life that you don't really want to be doing. And I'm talking about like work or business related. And you've been thinking about doing something that could be a Ten of Pentacles, like way more successful, something that really gives you a lot of attention. Sorry, I just dropped all the cards, but something much better, but you have to like take control to do it. With the Two of Cups, you have the Fool. I feel, for those of you that want love, I feel like you are taking a risk, or will be taking a risk over the next few months in love. Not like a bad risk. I think you're taking the risk of maybe putting yourself back out there, or, being with a person again, or, whatever the case may be, some sort of new beginning. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Nine of Swords. I feel you are seeing, it's funny, you have this card that says fear of losing control. when I put that card down, when I started the reading, I was just getting control. But it like popped into my head of like as you getting talked into things. It's like there are plenty of things, like I think of my life, it's like I had an office like last year, basically, if you remember the office, and it was like nice to have the space, but I didn't want it in the first place. But I let a bunch of people in my life like convince me that I need an office. I don't blame those people, because I should have said no. I should have said no, I don't want an office. I don't care what you think, right? But I didn't do that. I didn't, and I kind of regretted it. Luckily I got out of it. Not that it was a bad thing, but, it's just something that I didn't want. It did not help me. It was like other people were trying to convince me that it would increase my productivity, which it actually made me less productive. It made me tired. It did not work, right? I am not that type of person. And, that's the lesson I had to learn, right? And so I feel like you are kind of looking at past nightmares like that. It wasn't really a nightmare. It really wasn't all bad, of course. But, I think you're looking at things where people talked you into stuff. And now you're saying to yourself, like, I'm not going to allow that to happen anymore. And, I think I kind of feel good about this, Pisces, really. With the 5 wands, you have the 3 cups. I also just dropped this card. The star came out and it kind of flew out there. So I feel for a lot of you, you're healing. I also feel that there's something that you really want, Pisces, and you really have to go for it. 5 wands is like conflict and competition. The star is something that is like your North Star. It's like your guiding light, something you want to, achieve in your life. And I feel like you really have to take control here. Instead of fearing losing control, I feel you have to take control. And we're going to talk about how you can do that in just a minute. But 3 cups would also represent with the help of other people. So I feel like finding the right people, who can guide you and help support you. That's also kind of like coming up here. It's like maybe some of you have fear working with people because you're just bad at like being a leader, or you're bad at saying, no, I don't want an office, right? Maybe you're bad at that. And so maybe you're afraid of kind of working together with other people because you don't want to be put in those situations. But there's like something here, right here, about kind of like finding the right people who won't put you in those situations in the first place. And I feel like this is again, I'm getting like 12 years for some reason. It's something that you've learned over time. Next, you have this fear of losing control card. It says trying to control the outcomes in all aspects of your life. It says lose the grip on situations and start to let them unfold naturally so you can see better opportunities than the ones you are focusing on right now. Yes, I feel like you need to kind of loosen up here. It reminds me of this channel. I always tell a story that I had another business that I still actually work on kind of in that type of business to this day, but I had another business that I was kind of like wanting to start at the same time that I started this YouTube channel, and I never thought in a million years that I would be devoting a majority of my time to this channel, right? It was not part of the plan. But and for like the first 4 years of this channel, I was trying to like force that other business to work. But I kid you not, once I let go and once I just started working on this channel, I mean, you can go back about 3-4 years and you will see that this channel exploded when I did that. That's what I did, is I stopped like trying to force things that weren't working. This channel was working pretty much at the time, right? But I was so focused on that, it was taking away from this. And it's like once I released that, then this channel really took off. And, again, it's like a major lesson for me. So, I'm sure it's probably a lesson for you. It's like, stop trying to make situations that don't work, that won't work. And, I think that's a big Pisces lesson in general. You have the 10 of Wands and the Death card and the 8 of Swords. Look at the difference between these 2 rows here, Pisces. Like, control, you have springtime. 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Death, 9 of Pentacles, you in your highest vibration. 8 of Swords being stuck to being the Emperor, which is like true control. It's like the Emperor is truly in control. He's not like trying to take control. So there's a big difference here. And I know that sounds stupid, but this is literally what's standing out to me between the 2 rows. It's like one is false control. This is like real control. It's like really being in control, using your energy, using the flow of the energy. And so I feel like you're kind of stepping into this energy. This is something that's developing, this row right here. I actually feel very excited about this for you, Pisces. So I feel like this is an energy that's like developing. It's something that's going to make you stand out is what I'm hearing as well. And it's something that is going to make you very, very successful. So, damn, Pisces, I love this for you. You have the 10 of Wands. I definitely feel there are still some things that you're clearing up this month. Not really a terrible month as far as I'm concerned. Yes, we have the retrograde, we have the eclipse, but actually I'm pretty excited about this eclipse. And, I think it's going to be a good thing. I mean, I think this eclipse season for you, Pisces, for the next, until like October basically is pretty dope. So, if I do say so myself, I would be working on anything that has to do with how you present yourself to the world, which we've talked about in past readings. But I would also be working on anything that makes you feel more in control. But I do get the difference. I get the difference between being in control and like forcing control, right? So I really don't even know how you would, how you kind of work on those two things. I think that if you're forcing something, then it's clearly not going to work. I kind of feel this reading saying the things that are going to work for you, there's just going to be a general flow. That does not mean that there won't be obstacles. Of course there will. But, I would say that for the most part, if you're in something, anything, business, work, love, health, whatever, if it's meant to work, I think there's just going to be this kind of, just like a nice general flow to it. It's going to kind of come more easily. You have the Death card. I do get Scorpio here, so take it how it resonates. I feel like some of you have love or new love coming in for you. You're very focused on your glow up here, Pisces, with the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like you're kind of focusing on your own independence, very financially focused as well, which again makes sense. You have Jupiter in your second. Jupiter's going to move into Taurus, but it's going to move back into Aries this year as well when it retrogrades. So, it's going to be in your second for a little bit of time here. I would argue as well that, Taurus being an earth sign, even if Taurus is your third house, which for most of you, it's going to be your third house, I would argue that having Uranus there as well with Jupiter, even when it officially moves in next year, could still have to do with your finances. Taurus has a lot to do with your values and the things that you value and how you communicate, but it could also be how you communicate to the world. If you have more value, if you are making more money, then obviously you are going to be communicating with the world in a different way. And it could be energetic, could be anything, but I kind of feel that where it's like, really, you have a good several years to change your finances with the Death card, and that's what I'd be focusing on. I do feel like you need to stop trying to make things that won't work with the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is only seeing one way of doing things when there are a million ways of doing things. So I feel like this is a major lesson, obviously the middle of the month here. And I think it's something you've been thinking about for years, but I don't know, it seems to me like this reading is saying, I know I haven't had a reading like this for you in a while, but it seems to me like it's coming to a head. Like maybe it's like, I don't want to say triggering you, but maybe there are some triggers. And sorry, these cards all flipped around, so let me fix that. But it's almost like it's like a trigger for you this month where you could really be, thinking about the things that have been holding you back for a very long time or the things that aren't working. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Queen of Pentacles here. Yeah, majorly focused on your resources. Anything new, anything new you're doing. I see a lot of you adding to your finances. You could be adding little things to your finances as well. Just like little habits, better habits. You could be, saving more money. But I also see like some of you could be starting a side hustle or something. And I just see your resources increasing. With the Death card, marriage, if you are meeting a Scorpio, I feel this is the person you will marry. I say it all the time that to me, they did a study on this years ago. It's like the best combination, the best marriage combination is Pisces and Scorpio. Literally never get divorced. And there was a study years ago about all the zodiac combinations. And, you could argue that any study is BS, basically. But, in that study, it was like Pisces and Scorpio, like, totally destroyed everything else. So, it could be, for sure. It could also be an Aries, because you have Aries here. It could be any water sign. You have everything here. It could be an Aquarius as well. But I do feel there could be marriage. For others, I do feel like there could be a change taking place in a marriage. Some of you could be experiencing a divorce, just like, going to the Two of Swords here. On top of that, I feel like a lot of you are very focused on freedom. I think that, again, this makes a lot of sense with Uranus and Taurus, major focus on freedom. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Two of Wands. What are you waiting for, Pisces? It's like something from the past is complete. And, normally he's grabbing forward onto that wand in front of him, and he has a whole world in his hands. It's like you have the whole world in your hands. And I feel like the universe is kind of like just waiting to celebrate you is what I'm hearing, Pisces. But it's almost like the universe is like saying, but is Pisces actually going to, start that business, move, travel, step outside of comfort zone, do the things that they need to do? And, it's going to be different for all of you, but it's like, are you going to do it? Next, you have the Springtime card. It says, things are beginning to bloom. New beginnings, rebirth, growth. The answer lies in newness. Like, are you kidding me? I literally say this in every single reading for you, Pisces, that everything you want is on the other side of something you've never done before. It's almost like I'm not making it up, right, Pisces? So, I would say cutting out old situations, great idea. Doing new things, trying new things, really great idea. Looking for more comfort in your life, I'm hearing as well. I see a lot of people doing this over the next many years. I'd say the next 10 years at least. I feel like, you might live somewhere where you don't agree with the laws, for example. And I see this a lot in the astrology. So you might move somewhere else where you do agree with the laws. And I'm not picking this. This is not like this side, that side. I'm not here to judge. It's going to be different for all of you. And, some of you are going to want some things and others are going to want other things. And that's perfectly fine with me. I don't try to get people to believe one thing or the other. So, that's what I would say there. And, people always accuse me of being political. I'm like, I don't care. You go whatever you think is best. That's what I support. That's the only thing I support. Right. And, so that's what I would say here is like some of you could decide that, maybe in Alabama they want to kill all the rare Alabama penguin and maybe you're against it, but you could move to Florida where they don't do that or somewhere else, right? So some of you could be making some decisions like that and I fully support it because, again, with Uranus and Taurus, if you make those decisions, you will feel more secure. When you feel more secure, you start making more money. You start, other things, right? Because you're creating a positive snowball. So I don't care what people do. I just want more people to create more positive snowballs. When we do that, we create more positive snowballs for other people. And then when they do that, it's like the spillover effect. Pisces, that's basically your job. So, that's what I'd be doing. You have the 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Emperor. The 10 of Pentacles, of course, should be your focus. It is like true security, abundance, success. I see a lot of you could be building this. I always say that, especially right now, that the 10 of Pentacles is something you will be doing for the rest of your life. It's not something you just get. It is, building and leaving a legacy. So I think a lot of you are really building long-term security, stability, wealth. All those things could even be like a family, building a house, literally. Could be any of those things. All that's like popping into my head. I do feel like you have done it on your own. It's like you have done a lot on your own is literally, that's all I'm getting here with these two cards is that you have done a lot on your own, Pisces. But I feel like it's time to, sorry, I have the hiccups now. With that 10 of Wands, it's like, I feel like it's time to allow some other people to help. It's like, or to allow some other people to carry some burdens for you. I feel like you're so used to the burdens, like so used to doing things on your own that it is hard for you. And again, I'm not criticizing you, but I think it's hard for you to get other people to help you. But at the same time, it's like you need a rest. We go from here down to the Four of Swords, which is literally saying you need a break, Pisces. You need, and there are people who either are going to come in to help you or there are people who want to help you. And, I would definitely do that. Over the past few years, I've been hiring like crazy, right? So it's like, and trust me, I've had a lot of issues, right? I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, it's been easy breezy, beautiful, right? It has not. But what I would say is it's been extremely helpful, the good ones that I have, right? So, it's been extremely helpful, made my life 1,000 times easier. It's allowed me to like travel and do other things that I want to do with my life that I wasn't really able to do because I was just doing other stuff, right? And so that's what I would say here. The other thing I would say is you don't have to hire people like me. You could be just, working with other people. I'm a big fan of like having a mastermind as well, which could be like one other person. So it's like if you need to bounce ideas off a person, you could be finding a person to share your ideas with and or to brainstorm with. All that stuff is good. And this doesn't even have to be for money. It could be, but it could be for like your health. It could be getting an accountability partner. It could be for just friendship in general. And I think all those things are excellent for you, Pisces. You have the Emperor. I feel, number one, again, I feel so much on this Emperor. I do feel for some of you, could be an Aries coming in for you. I feel like it's an action taker. I really feel like it's a person who takes action. I don't see this person sitting around on their hands and waiting, So if you're attracting this person in love, and it doesn't matter what sign they are, I'm getting, it could be any sign. I feel like you could be attracting a person where it's like this person sees you and they do not wait. Maybe you are used to that, Pisces. And I think some Pisces are. It's like, us Pisces, we're notorious for trying to make things work that don't work. So I feel like this is saying like this person, they make things work, but you don't have to do much. And that's kind of what I'm getting here is it's like this person, I feel like they make the plans. They maybe you're so used to like making plans and texting the person first or whatever the case may be. I feel like this person, it's like they're the one that takes action. And so I kind of feel like it is a release of a burden as far as love is concerned. I think that's the thing that will stand out to you as well. If you are attracting love, Pisces, is that this person, it's like they do a lot more than what you're used to. And so I think that's a good clue for you that this person is serious. I also feel that this could be your energy. I feel like you're in this energy of like, I get this like certain flow here. You're much more in the flow to me. And the thing that's interesting is that he has this water behind him right here, and that water flows down to the Empress. And it kind of, again, that water, it's his energy flowing to the Empress, which allows her to create. So, I kind of feel that for you here, where it's like you could be entering into this time where you're getting much better at the flow, which is definitely a good thing. With the 10 of Pentacles, you have the Hermit. Could be a Virgo for some of you here. I also feel that, again, there's something that needs to come out. He's normally got his star in the lantern, and you have the star here where the Hermit goes, so down here. And it's like something needs to be revealed here, Pisces. Some of you could be working on something behind the scenes, I'm getting as well. You could be like writing a book, starting a project behind the scenes, working on a website behind the scenes, whatever it is, doesn't matter. But I feel like it's going to be like profitable. With the 9 of Pentacles and the King of Cups, you have the 4 of Swords. Exactly what I was saying. You need a break. I feel like you need resting time, and I feel that other people could help you do that. This could be as simple as like hiring a babysitter or, hiring a person to clean your house just like once or something like that. Like I'm a big fan of doing that stuff. Even if it's just once, like hiring a person to do something, and it's like maybe it costs a little bit of money, but it could also just give you peace of mind, or it could kind of like eliminate a big problem. And again, I'm a big fan of doing that because like, again, when we get those things off our mind, those burdens, then we can be, even if it's just once, like you just have a person do a deep cleaning or something like that. I think that can lift big burdens that we don't even realize. And I don't know, it's popping to my head that some of you could be doing that. With the Emperor, are you kidding? You have this 4 of Cups. I love this 4 of Cups in this deck, and I do not normally like the 4 of Cups, but this is the White Sage Tarot, and you can see these 3 cups are pouring into this 1 cup. So I literally feel that you are attracting a person where it's like 3 people. They are equivalent to 3 people. Maybe this person, I really feel you could be attracting an overgiver in a good way. So, and I feel like Pisces is a notorious overgiver. So, what I would say here is I feel like you could really be attracting a person who just gives in relationships. Love it. Next, you have this Inner Goddess card. It says, express your divine feminine energy. It's funny that you have the Emperor, and I was talking about the Empress, divine feminine, and loving wisdom will transform your life. Yes, I feel like you have a lot of wisdom that you need to express. You have the 6 of Wands, the 2 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords. This last row is the good stuff, but you have this 2 of Swords, and you always get this card. I'm always saying that you need to go over here, right here. I feel like you need to stop negotiating with yourself, is kind of like what I'm getting here. I feel like you need to, it's like there is no middle ground here. It's like you could be trying to find the middle ground solution to something is what's popping into my head. Like this or that, or maybe you're working on like 2 business ideas or between 2 jobs or something. I feel like this is saying there's actually something else that you're thinking about that's better. This could be in love as well, but I really feel that this is saying, or maybe you're trying to decide where to move. Number 1, I have a rule that if I can't make a decision, then the answer is no decision. To me in life, there's a book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. And in that book, he basically says, things should be an F yes or an F no, so that's a rule for me. If something is not an F yes, it's an F no, right? And I feel like some of you could be trying to make a decision, but there's actually a third decision that maybe you don't know about yet, or maybe you haven't realized it yet. And I feel like it's right behind you. It's like coming, but I feel like you just have to make the decision to make no decision. Maybe you have to choose yourself. Again, this could be in love as well. It's like sometimes I think we get out of a relationship, we don't want to be alone, so we just like jump around. And I feel like this is saying maybe being alone, focusing on yourself would be better. You have the 6 of Wands, which is a card of success. Clearly, there's a ton of success coming in for you in this reading. And you have the 4 of Swords. Again, time for a vacation here, Pisces. Plain and simple. Because I feel like you're about to be busy, which we know about because Saturn in your sign. But with the 6 of Wands, you have the 7 of Cups. Yep, I feel like you're spoiled for choice. And again, I feel like you're getting a lot of attention as well. So if you want love, I would definitely put yourself out there. But even if you don't want love, this could be pretty much anything. And, I feel there's a lot of good stuff coming in for you. With the the Two of Swords, you have the Seven of Swords is what I meant to say, and the Seven of Swords is normally like lying, cheating, stealing, but again, it's coming up in the good stuff, so the Seven of Swords is a card of tactics, and it's funny that we've basically been talking about this the whole time. He's stealing those swords from an army in the background of the card. He's not going to war. So with the Eight of Swords, which you had at the beginning of the reading, it's like these two cards are really saying to me there might be other ways for you to do things that you're not thinking about. Again, I'm a big fan of third place solutions right now. I think that a lot of problems for everyone could be solved with third place solutions, but we have to discover third place solutions. The other problem is that because of the astrology, it's like we are the ones that are going to discover these third place solutions. It's not going to be, like the government or, Mark Zuckerberg or whatever, that's going to come up with these ideas. So, third place solutions, I would just be, it's like, in your personal life, if you have a business and you're trying to grow your business, I would start thinking like just the opposite. It's like there really is no good way to tell you. What I would encourage you to do is if you're interested in third place solutions, I would read the book Skip the Line by James Altucher. He doesn't refer to it as third place solutions, but he talks about idea sex, basically the mixing of two ideas. And usually the mixing of two ideas creates a third place solution in my mind. So I think that would be a good book for you to read, Pisces, if you're looking for a book. With the Four of Swords, you have the Page of Pentacles, right? Page of Pentacles. And so I feel like there's definitely new love or communication coming in for you this month as well. But that's that. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. Why not? And I wasn't going to do this, but I feel like I need to. So we're going to do it. You have this younger man card. It says dealings with relationships with a younger man. And it says goal-oriented person. It could be any, a younger person in general. And I feel you could be attracting a goal-oriented person. Definitely could be younger than you. You have this hills card. It says obstacles to overcome. Do not turn molehills into mountains, basically. With this card is what I feel like it's saying. I feel like there are obstacles. Two of Swords. That island behind her represents an obstacle, but it's a good obstacle. It's like if she overcomes that obstacle, she would be more successful than ever. It's like, obviously, if you're coming up with a third place solution to some sort of problem or to your business, doesn't even have to be a problem, right? You could just be wanting to grow your business, your health, your spirituality, whatever it is. It's like there are going to be hills that you have to climb, but don't turn them into big deals, right? You have this rose card, and sorry, I have something in my eye. This card says romance is in the air. Definitely, I feel like love is coming in for you. I've said before that if you want love, this time of year is really good for you this year, Pisces. You have this scales card. It says keep your life in balance. Yeah, I would definitely make sure to do that. Like, don't, like, in love, make sure you're not, like, only in love. Make sure you're paying attention to other areas of your life as well. You have the moon, and it says changes in your life, crazy changes coming in for you, Pisces. We talked all about it. But a really good reading. I love this. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.